Sometimes, the most absurd stories contain the clearest truths, and this one involves a hamster, a real, living, breathing hamster, with soft brown fur, twitching whiskers, and tiny black eyes. He didn't understand markets. He didn't know what crypto was. He had no spreadsheets, no charts, no Twitter feed, but somehow he outperformed most investors. His name was Mr. Goxx. To understand why that's funny, you have to go back a bit. In 2014, Mt. Goxx, one of the earliest and largest crypto exchanges, collapsed in spectacular fashion. The platform had lost 850,000 bitcoins. That's billions of dollars. Vanished. It became the stuff of crypto legend. So when a hamster appeared in 2021 with a name that mocked Mt. Goxx, crypto veterans smirked. It felt like a niche joke, a one-day meme, something that would make a Reddit post or two, then disappear. It didn't. Mr. Goxx lived in Germany in what looked like a pretty standard hamster enclosure, until you looked closer. His caretakers, two anonymous men, one a programmer and the other an engineer, built what they called the Goxx box. It was a kind of hamster office, wired with sensors, motion detectors, and automated trading software. The idea was simple but brilliant. Whenever Mr. Goxx ran on his wheel, the motion would trigger a random selection of one cryptocurrency from a list of about 30. Then came the decision point. He could walk through one of two tunnels, one labeled buy, the other sell. Whichever tunnel he chose, the system would execute an actual trade on a real crypto exchange. There was no sleight of hand, no simulations. Real money was being used. Each buy or sell was around 20 euros, enough to be meaningful but not reckless. The whole thing was tracked publicly. Each trade was timestamped and tweeted from the official Mr. Goxx Twitter account. Each session was live-streamed on Twitch, where viewers could watch the hamster working in his office. He even had a tiny desk, with a nameplate. It was ridiculous, and somehow, people loved it. At first, most assumed it was just performance art, a kind of weird, nerdy social experiment poking fun at the randomness of crypto investing. And maybe it was, at least at the beginning. But then something unexpected happened. The hamster started to win. He didn't win every trade, but over time his portfolio began to grow. As the weeks went on, Mr. Goxx outperformed not only many human retail investors, but also traditional indices. Bitcoin, he beat it. The Nasdaq, outpaced. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, you guessed it. By late September 2021, Mr. Goxx was up nearly 20%. The media took notice. This crypto trading hamster is beating human investors. Mr. Goxx may be the most successful rodent on Earth. Twitter exploded. Reddit made memes. TikTok crowned him the new face of financial wisdom. The hamster wasn't just a curiosity anymore. He was a symbol. But why did it strike such a chord? Why did millions of people suddenly care about a rodent making random trades? It had everything to do with timing, because 2021 was not a normal year. People were burned out, still stuck in the haze of pandemic life, locked inside, working remotely, staring at screens. Crypto, meanwhile, had gone full circus. Dogecoin surged into the billions. Shiba Inu made overnight millionaires. GameStop and AMC defied gravity thanks to Reddit mobs. Everyone became an investor, even if they had no idea what they were doing. It was a time when irony and chaos drove the markets more than logic ever did. And in that moment, Mr. Goxx made sense. Because here was a creature that didn't overthink, didn't follow hype, didn't chase trends. He simply ran, and it worked. There was something cathartic about it, almost comforting, because if a hamster could beat the market, maybe the whole system really was broken. Or maybe, just maybe, none of us were as dumb as we thought. And if success could come from randomness, then maybe there was still hope. If you're into crypto and want to avoid the scams and traps that catch so many people, grab the free Crypto Red Flags checklist. You'll find the link in the video description and pinned comment. And if you're enjoying this story, hit subscribe. There's a lot more coming. As Mr. Goxx's fame grew, so did the expectations. What started as a weekend project by two friends, one a programmer, the other an engineer, had become a global story. They had to keep the system running, keep the trades coming, keep the hamster healthy, keep the audience entertained. And that audience wasn't small anymore. Tens of thousands followed Mr. Goxx's daily moves. Some tracked his portfolio like it was a hedge fund. Some copied his trades. Some just liked the idea that chaos could win. The caretakers, still anonymous, leaned into it. They upgraded the tech. They added new cryptocurrencies to the wheel. They streamlined the Twitch feed, automated the Twitter posts, and cleaned up the UI. It was still a joke, but the infrastructure was starting to look real. They even shared the Goxx box setup online, in case other people wanted to build their own hamster trading rigs. Spoiler, some did. And Mr. Goxx? He kept doing what he always did. Running, choosing, trading. He didn't know about the Twitch stream. He didn't know he had fans. He didn't know about the CNBC article, the viral TikToks, the Reddit AMAs. He was just being a hamster. And yet, he had become the face of something bigger. People started assigning him meaning. Some said he was a protest, against overconfidence, against human bias, against the illusion of control. Others said he was proof that investing was a farce, that randomness and memes could outperform Ivy League-trained hedge fund managers, and some just thought he was lucky. But the most honest answer? Mr. Goxx worked because he didn't try. There was no overthinking, no emotion, no fear of missing out, no panic selling. He simply followed the system. Random selection, binary choice, buy or sell, nothing more. And in that simplicity, he exposed a hard truth. Because most people, especially during that chaotic meme-fueled moment in 2021, didn't have a system. They had hope and hype and Discord groups and YouTube influencers screaming to the moon, but not a process. Mr. Goxx unintentionally had one, and ironically, it gave him an edge. Still, for all the attention, the project wasn't without its challenges. The caretakers never made much money from it. They didn't monetize the Twitch stream. They didn't sell NFTs or launch a token. They didn't even reveal their names. They were doing it for fun, for commentary, for curiosity. But fun has limits, especially when it starts to feel like obligation. And that's where the pressure started to build. Every day brought more messages, requests for interviews, suggestions for coins to add, ideas for merch, inquiries from VCs, even crypto exchanges reached out. Some wanted partnerships, others wanted exclusivity. People offered money, lots of it. But the caretakers didn't take it, at least not yet, because they knew the truth. This wasn't a scalable business. It was a hamster in a cage, accidentally revealing the soul of an entire market. And deep down, they probably knew. It couldn't last. And then, it ended. In late November 2021, Mr. Goxx passed away peacefully in his sleep. No crash, no scandal. Just the quiet end to a hamster's unexpected journey through the markets. The caretakers announced his death with a single tweet. Simple, sincere. The internet paused. And in that moment, something strange happened. People didn't just laugh anymore. They reflected. Because Mr. Goxx wasn't just a novelty, he was a mirror. He showed us how absurd markets can be, how easily randomness can beat research, how emotion and ego so often sabotage even the smartest investors. And most importantly, he showed us that sometimes doing less works better. He didn't chase hype, he didn't panic sell, he just followed the system and beat most of us doing it. That's the uncomfortable truth, isn't it? In crypto, and in markets more broadly, we like to believe we're in control, that with enough charts, podcasts, and late-night research, we'll master the game. But Mr. Goxx reminded us, the game doesn't always reward effort. Sometimes it rewards detachment, not ignorance, but a kind of emotional distance. The very thing that makes a hamster indifferent makes him powerful. So no, Mr. Goxx didn't leave behind a trading strategy, or a newsletter, or a token. But he did leave behind a message that maybe the biggest threat to your portfolio isn't volatility, it's you. Stories like this are part of crypto's history, but the risks haven't gone away. If you want to stay sharp and avoid the mistakes others keep making, download the free Crypto Red Flags checklist. It's linked in the description and pinned comment. And if you want more real stories from the wild world of crypto, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow.